Look, 21st Century Pet to see the complete line of products, or you can go to 21stcenturypet.com. Your pets deserve 21st Century Pet care exclusively at PetSmart. Tell them Larry sent you.
Diamonds are forever. They are all I need to please me. They can stimulate and tease me. They won't leave in the night. I've no fear that they might desert me. Diamonds are forever.
Welcome back into the PM show. Weekend edition on CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn, Will Link, Nancy Manetti, and the one and only Larry Manetti with us.
Hi, Jill
Larry,
St. John.
We've got the best, the most beautiful woman in the world on today.
Oh, because I'm hearing Diamonds Forever. That seems like James Bond, and there's always Bond girls, the greatest Bond girls. I think Jill St. John is the greatest Bond girl of all time.
She is.
Tiffany Case.
I'm in love with Tiffany Case.
Jill, are you there?
I'm here, and I'm so glad to talk to you, Larry. How you doing?
Oh, thank you, honey. Did that bring back memories?
Many memories, and it's the 50-year anniversary now. And I think what's so great about the Bond films is that every, would you say decade, there's a new Bond.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those franchises that doesn't die with the actor. It's all the story and the action, and they get better and better.
Well, I'm not going to step on you, but I think that there was only one Bond, and that was your man.
Well, you mean the man I'm married to, or the man?
No, you know what I talk.
Yeah, she's getting
That's all
it,
I need.
Larry.
She's singing RJ on me now.
I am, but no, the movie that I made was with Sean, and I think Sean Connery was the quintessential best Bond. But they've all brought something else to it, all the other actors. But I agree with you. I think he was James Bond.
Yeah. I mean, that was, and I remember you, boy. I mean, what a great performance. But we got a lot to talk about, speaking of performances. I want to back up on you a little bit. Nancy and I were talking, and I was wondering, when you started out, did you get your training in New York or in L.A.?
Oh, no, I was born in L.A., and I was one of those movie Muppets. It started when I was very, very young, like 5. And I went through all the lessons and classes and a couple of contracts in those schools of fencing and drama and whatever, singing and whatever. So you eventually you got trained in everything. Not that I was good in everything, but at least I'm trained in it.
Jill, did you do radio?
Hey, hi, how are you?
I'm good, honey. Did you do radio? Did I
Starting
read that?
when I could read at a very, very early age.
Wow.
And I was one of the few actual children that played in radio. Most of it was done by adults.
Yeah.
And they used to stand me on a box, and I could read and go through the rehearsals, and they showed me how to make changes and put them in, and that was a hell of an education. And I did all those old-fashioned radio serials, and like the Cisco Kid and Red Ryder and Lux Theater and Our Man's Family and on and on and on. And then within just a few years, it was TV, so I went into TV.
That's so much fun.
Jill, you did radio, and someone said you worked on the old George Burns and Gracie Allen show, too.
That was actually television, their television show that I did.
Oh, you did? So
I know they had a radio show first.
So you were on the old George and Gracie show. What was that like, working with the master George Burns?
Well, I think I was too young to appreciate it. I just like the color of Gracie's hair.
What color was her hair?
It was strawberry blonde.
Oh.
A very unnatural color.
Oh.
Yeah, wow.
That's cute. Jill, I know you don't know this, but many, many years ago, there was a movie named The Remarkable Mr. Pennypacker.
Oh, sure.
I was in the other family.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, what do you mean? What do you mean? Well, tell us about the movie. What was it about?
Well, it was
Clifton Webb.
Yeah.
It was during the period when they made all those Mr. Belvedere movies and our movie, Mr. Pennypacker, Remarkable Mr. Pennypacker. And he was quite the character actor star and very funny, and I learned a lot of timing from him. And it was fun, because they spent a lot of money on the costumes.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
period, obviously.
Right.
and the sets were really nice, and a lot of kids around, so it was fun.
It was a ball. It really was.
So you were the other family.
I was in the other family. I think I was 8 years old.
Did you two know each other at the time?
No,
No.
not
Did
at
you
all.
remember your
How old
character
do you
name?
think? I was probably, what, about 16?
Yeah, and I
I'm
was
trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I was about 10, 9.
Ah.
Yeah.
Larry, what is that look on your face right now when
Nah,
Nancy's
never
giving
mind.
out her
Don't go
age of
there,
how old
Warren.
she was?
Well,
Okay?
you know, it's a
Oh.
small
I want to get you
town.
in trouble
It is
with
Yeah.
a small town.
Larry, you're on camera. Don't
It
forget
is
here
a
in the
small
studio.
town.
Larry,
So-
it's got a
Excuse
disgusted
me
look
for
on his face.
interrupting you,
Oh, I'm
Mike.
very sorry for it, Nancy. I'm so sorry.
That's
But it's
all right.
amazing you two are connecting after all that time.
Well, we've
Well,
known each other
For
since.
years, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Jill, are you still cooking up a storm? You're the
As
best
a matter
cook.
of fact, the call came in while I was about to deglaze a pan for pork chops with sage.
Oh, yum.
I was thinking of, Larry made this incredible seafood stew that you dropped off. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Oh, delicious! And I was sitting here before you called, and earlier I'd gotten a new cooking magazine, and there was a recipe for bracciola, and I
Oh.
wondered if you ever did that.
You know, I'm not a fan. I don't like brajol. That's
how you pronounce
Yeah,
it. Good.
brajol. And I don't like tripe, and tripe is the stomach muscle.
Yeah, exactly.
But everybody to each his own. A lot of people love brajol. In fact, my brothers, adore it. So, but I have a recipe if you want it from
Oh,
my
I would, because I've
yeah,
never made it. I was
from-
just looking at
from
this.
my
and
mother.
I
But
made
you know-
one, a brajol. It was a Brigitte brajol, as I recall.
A what?
Brigitte
Ah,
brajol.
you can hear me moaning.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
sorry. Aren't you glad I'm back on
I
the
mean,
show?
after George Burns, you come up with this.
I studied from the masters. I got timing just like our guest Jill St. John is talking about here.
yeah.
So you're going to send a recipe to Jill?
Well, I'm going to send it. But what other thing? What's yours? You said pork chops. That's a hard item to make because when most pork chops come out and they're yucky, they're
Yeah.
Dry out, yeah.
and
you
there's.
just have to sear them and then put them in a warm oven and let them cook themselves.
But you don't
Yeah.
put. Do you put anything on it? I mean, do you put?
A sauce. You make sauces.
Yeah.
Yeah, you make sauce out of when you sauteed it in the pan, then you make your sauce from there.
You know,
Jill St. John could talk about making pork chops all day long.
Yeah,
and I'm
that's
enjoying
right.
this. This is
But our
great,
old
these
pal
descriptions.
Sinatra used to make, and maybe he made it for you, but he used to pound the pork chops
Really?
and put them in egg and then breadcrumbs and fry
No, he
them.
never did that I
Oh
can
my
remember.
God! And I remember, and then he used to have these.
Well, it was kind of like Milanese.
yeah, it was Milanese.
Yeah.
It was pork Milanese.
Yeah.
pork chops Milanese
Yeah.
with vinegar, peppers, and slices of lemon to put on it.
Oh my goodness!
Oh,
No, I'm getting angry. He never made that.
Well, I have that recipe because I wrote it down while he was cooking it. So
You have the
Good
recipe?
boy.
I have
well
it.
done.
I'll give it to you.
Jill, do you
Thank
still
you.
have your cookbook out? Can everybody get that still?
No,
No?
it's been out of print. But I have a cookbook library. I actually built a paneled library in our house. It's small, but it's got a lot of books in it. They're all cookbooks.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I love
And
that.
when we went, RJ was doing a play in London a few years ago, and so we rented, as they call it, a flat, and it had an American-style kitchen and a garden and American-style bathroom. So we rented it, and I used to cook. I knew I was going to cook a lot, and I couldn't figure out. I got to have some kind of cookbook just for temperatures. You forget if
Oh,
something's
yeah.
or how many minutes a pound or whatever. I ended up taking my own cookbook and remade a lot of the recipes that I hadn't made in a long time.
All right, we're going to find out more about that. Jill, can you hang on with us?
I'm gonna.
The beautiful Jill St. John is here. Ladies and gentlemen, the handsome Larry Manetti, the lovely Nancy Manetti.
We
And
love you, Jill.
we're still looking for Will Link, ladies and
You
gentlemen.
too.
We'll find him for the movie review coming
Nice
up.
to talk to Nancy.
Yeah,
PM
well, don't
show
hang up.
with
Thanks,
Larry Manetti
I'm not
straight
hanging
ahead.
up.
We continue on
Don't hang
CRN.
up.
Jill's going to hang on, I believe. We'll find out when we come back.